Warning, the following may contain drow.
Join fantasy authors Phil Tucker, Timandra Whitecastle, David Benem, Benedict Patrick, and Josiah Bancroft as they roll dice and take on the bad guys in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. 5 authors, 5 worlds, 1 adventure. It's time to get crit-faced. Previously on Crit-Faced. Working their way through the unmarked boxes within the coffin maker's attic, Jean Mallarmé finally finds a container holding something other than junk. Awoken by the search, the vampire within rises up to attack.
Said we should burn it all.
Okay.
Well, Jean, it was a pleasure adventuring with you. I wish you well.
You're never going to see me again.
Okay.
I'm in Spanish.
Why is
Jean,
it always
Jean, what was your initial?
9.
Okay. Master Sonna?
my damn app is? Oh, okay, it's working now. 11.
Okay. Lord Talfin?
6.
Okay. And Kellen?
11.
Okay. Master Sonna, what's your dexterity modifier?
Ooh, good question. Is it it's the +4?
Okay. And Kellen, what's yours?
+4.
All right. Could each of you roll a d20 for me, please?
Okay.
14.
Sorry, just Kellen and Master Sonna.
No, I'm saying
17.
Kellen's going to roll a 14.
So 17 and Kellen?
He's got them.
Okay, we're going to say Master Sonna. Right, so this is the order of play for you guys. It's going to be Master Sonna, then Kellen, then Jean, then Lord Talfin. Unfortunately, before all of you, the vampires get to go first. And I say vampires because the one that is standing in the box right beside Jean rises up and slashes at him, but the final 2 boxes that you guys haven't been looking at yet, the 2 furthest away from you, they explode at the sound of the female vampire rising up to attack Jean, and 2 more vampires are standing there ready to do battle with you. Another female in a very similar situation as the one from Jean, wearing sort of tattered clothing, and one guy with a sort of overgrown bushy beard, and again just wearing sort of totally bare-chested, but he's wearing sort of very raggedy trousers, sort of standing glaring at you. Bald head, big bushy beard, red eyes.
Like homeless vampires.
Homeless vampires. So, Jean, your vampire doesn't say anything to you, but she goes for you first. So, she's going to slash at you with her claws. She gets 16 versus AC.
Oh.
What is this? 12? That can't be right.
She slashes at your arm, ripping you, causing 8 slashing damage.
Oh, God.
And she then, now that she has slashed at your arm, she rears her neck back and lunges in with her teeth to bite at your neck. And she gets 19 versus AC.
That's
gonna hit.
Okay,
that's a hitty.
It was hit. So she hits for 6 piercing damage as her fangs pierce your neck, but also you can feel your soul start to drain, and she also causes 7 necrotic damage. Okay.
What?
Yeah. So,
I think we picked the wrong fight here, guys.
So
Run away!
Whose plan was this? I was supposed to
We
be
should have
invisible.
burned it down.
I hate my life.
okay.
Who said we should open the crates before burning them?
Jean, not only have you taken a massive amount of damage there, but that 7 necrotic damage, that's permanent. Yeah, that's permanent removed from your, and as you've previously experienced, that will return after a long rest, but for now you cannot heal that 7 necrotic damage. So the other 2 vampires, seeing that their brethren is certainly dealing very effectively with Jean, they rush over to the next 2 nearest. So Master Sonna, you're getting 1 up in your face, and Kellen, you are the same. So Master Sonna, the gentleman with the beard, he plods over to you and he does the same. He slashes at you with his claws. He gets 20 versus AC.
16.
Okay, so he again slashes at your leg, opens up a couple of ribbons of red, and he also lunges in to bite at you. Gets 11 versus AC.
16.
Okay, so you're all right. So that's fine. And then finally, Kellen, the other female vampire, is attacking you. She gets 16 versus AC with her claws.
AC 16.
Okay, that hits. So you take 8 slashing damage, and she will also have a go of biting at you, and she gets 9 versus AC. So I imagine
that'll
that
miss.
is not effective. So the vampire's turns are over. Master Sonna, it's your turn. You're in melee combat with a beardy vampire.
And I have my trusted sword, which I will use to try and take off his head.
Okay.
That's 14.
Okay. 14.
Oh, no, hang on. 14 with the short sword is plus 5, 19.
Oh,
Sorry.
19 absolutely hits. Would you like to?
That was a D6. Okay, that's 7 piercing damage.
7 piercing damage. Now, Master Sonna, just like last time, you see as soon as you open up a wound on him, you see the wound partially close. So you can see that attack has actually had very little effect on him. Okay, that's it. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
I think I have we haven't done this for such a long time. Do I have a extra? I have an extra. An unarmed. Yeah. Then I'll take another. I'll use the swinging motion and hit him with my roundhouse kick.
Okay, go for it.
Come on. That's 17.
Okay, 17 will hit. Right in the beard.
D4. That's 5.
Okay, and again, same again, you whack him, you can tell you have hurt him, but you suspect it's not as much damage as a normal person would have taken. Okay, is that you, Master Sonna?
Okay, that's me.
That's you. Okay, we're down on to Kellen now. You also have a vampire who's just slashed you across the chest. So, Kellen, what are you doing?
I fly into a rage. And
Totally unexpected.
no, I've never done this before. I'll go ahead and attack with my axe.
Go for it.
A 1.
Yes. That's a critical miss. There's no chance.
do I get my bonus to it? No.
No,
I'm guessing.
a one is just instant fail. Does the rage not? Oh, it gives you a second.
Yeah.
Did you buy these dice from like a witch?
Along with some dream candies?
16.
16 will hit.
Yay! Hooray!
And hang on, I'm trying to calculate
Yes,
this.
Matt. Yep.
When I go into the frenzy, I get the same benefits as a rage, correct?
I don't know.
I think I do because it's.
Is a frenzy the next sort of level up from the rage? Is that
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like frenzy is just a bonus attack while raging.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 24 points of damage.
24. So again, I mean,
Nice.
This horrific wound that you sort of open up across this lady's face again. So, did you say 24 points of damage?
24.
24. Again, you can tell that. I mean, you can see it sort of start to knit together straight away. Not fully healed. It's very important to mention that, but not half as much as you would like to. So yeah, just to double check with frenzy, yes, it's you get to rage, but you also get a bonus action of another extra weapon attack as part of your rage. So that's what your frenzy is.
Okay.
Good. So that's good. But you've definitely she certainly seems to be the most affected by your attacks so far. Is that your turnover?
That is my turn.
Okay, Jean, it's your turn. You have been horrifically wounded. Oh, I imagine you've been horrifically wounded.
It's a scratch. There's part of me that just wants to turn invisible and run away at this point. I'll be honest with you. Like when she started chewing upon my neck, I thought this is a bad time. But no, I am going to stand by my friends. I will stand by them. In fact, I would like to offer a little inspiration to one of them. One of them who has been like the most like as a father figure to me, Lord Talfrin. I offer you my song and a little bardic inspiration.
Lord Talfrin's touched. He would doff his cap if he had one.
All right, and I think that I would like to cast Crown of Madness.
Okay.
On Lord Talfrin?
Yes. No, on one of the vampires.
Okay, the one who's attacking you.
And in fact, the one that's attacking me, I would like her to stop that. And so I am going to use Crown of Madness, which is in a minor key, and it's quite difficult to play, but my lithe fingers do find the right keys, and the room is charmed briefly by the sounds of my concertina.
Okay, so Crown of Madness, and what does it do?
I bet you that elvish bard at the other inn knows that one too.
Low blow.
That's why you didn't get the inspiration, sir. So as a humanoid, you can see makes a wisdom save. If it fails, it becomes charmed by you and must use its action each turn to make a melee attack against a target of your choosing prior to making its movement.
Okay, wow. She gets a roll of 17 for her wisdom save.
What the? So this is not what I was hoping was going to happen. So now, what's my wisdom? Oh, good. I have a wisdom bonus of 0. So all I have to do is roll an 18 or better. Here we go. We're going to die.
No, I think she rolled. She got a 17. What's your spell casting DC?
Spell save.
Yeah. So she was rolling against your wisdom.
Spell save is 14.
Was it 14? 14.
What? Is it what?
Yeah. Did you say 14?
I did.
Yes. So
she say that.
So although the Crown of Madness begins to act upon her, you can see that she shakes it off. So she's okay.
All right. Well, it was wonderful meeting you all. Oh, fuck.
Wow. So you've used your bonus action to give Lord Talfrin inspiration. You've used your main action to try to cast the Crown of Madness. Is there? Do you want to do a movement? Is there anything? I mean, you're in melee.
I've done a movement already. It's warming my pants as we speak. Can I run away?
Well, okay, because you're in melee combat with her, you can run away, but she would get a free attack on you.
Can I apologize? Is that a possibility?
You can.
Okay.
Can you play dead? Maybe just like lie on the floor.
Oh my God! I was born to play dead. Yes. Why didn't I think of it? And as an actor, I can really make this work. I can sell this business. Yes. So I play dead.
So you're gonna
collapse to the ground.
Your plan is to fall to the ground.
Clutch his heart and go like,
yes.
cool, mate.
No, okay, I'm going to allow this.
My mother said it would end this way.
I need you to know that you're going to be taking. I'm going to be asking for a performance for a deception check, but I'm going to be asking for it at disadvantage because she's currently feeding on you. So I reckon that she. Obviously, she's quite in touch with whether your innards are still pumping away the way they should. But
I'm a method actor. Like when I play dead, I die.
Okay, so I just want you to be aware that if this fails and if she continues to attack you, because you will be lying down, it's going to be a lot easier for her to attack you. So you're just going
all part of the plan. All part of the plan.
Okay.
Maybe if you were in the Madame Rousseau costume.
All right, so 17. It's not my finest performance.
But you have to take your test with disadvantage. That means you roll twice and you pick the lowest roll.
Oh. Come on, roll a 20. Roll a 20.
I rolled the same thing.
Yay!
Okay. I'll tell you what.
Bravo!
We'll wait till the vampire's turn before we figure out what's happening with that one. You are certainly completely convinced that, and in fact, maybe a couple of your party members might be thinking, because you've just seen the vampire feed up from his neck, you might be thinking that he's just dropped down dead. But I'll wait till the vampire's turn before we can decide, or you can find out how effective it was. That's Jean's turn has ended by him dropping to the ground, potentially dead. Lord Talvin, you have witnessed just this horrific onslaught on your companions, about 30 feet away from you. What is your plan?
Well, what does inspiration do for me again? Do I get advantage or something?
D6. You get
D6. Wonderful. All right, so
you can add it to a roll before he rolls.
Perfect. All right, so Lord Talvin lets out an explosive oath of shock and horror, especially when Jean falls to his knee, gives like an extended monologue, and then collapses to the ground. And thrusting forth his hand, he bellows forth a magic spell whose words are unintelligible, and he unleashes a bolt of flame. It's not going to work. That's a 1. So he sets the roof on fire, maybe?
Was that a critical miss?
It's a 1 on Scorching Ray. You create 3 rays of fire. So I did 66 to something.
Sorry, what was the spell you were casting? Scorching Ray.
Yeah, that's 66 damage that was meant to go to the vampire. Actually, I roll for each ray, I think. Right. So the first one misses. The second one gets a 20.
Wow.
And the third one gets an 11.
You can add your inspiration to your third one.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yep. Let's do that. And that adds a 1. Oh, geez, these dice.
Okay. So your first and your last attack go wild, hitting the wall and roof of the building, which both catch flame. And but you manage to hit the vampire with your second attack, so you'd like to roll your fire damage.
Oh my god. I just want to apologize to everyone for these dice rolls. I deal 6 damage. But then, spurred on by the dire situation, the nature of this encounter, I use my magic, my meta magic, which I've never done before. Runes of power blaze across my mind, turning that spell into a quickened spell, which means it's actually was cast as a bonus action, allowing me to recast it now as a regular action.
Wow. Okay.
I'll allow it.
I not sufficiently impressed with my first outing. I try again. Miss. Does a 14 hit?
It does not.
A 25.
That does indeed hit, yes.
So Lord Talford is like spraying firebolts in every direction. He's like a Catherine wheel of flame. And does
which
another
of the vampires is he hitting?
The one attacking Josiah.
Every.
Any bolts that lands
aren't even in Valaki that he's hitting.
Yeah, whoever I hit is blind luck that I'm hitting them. I deal another 5 damage.
Okay. Now remember, unlike the damage that Master Sonna and Kellen have caused, you feel that the vampire's taking the full effect of your attacks. These magic, I think we've established in the past that magical attacks seem to take their full effect on them. So, excellent. Is that the end of your turn, Lord Talfin?
Yeah.
It is. Okay, guys. It's the start of the vampire's turns. So, guys, unfortunately, at the very start of the vampire's turns, you and you remember this with Doru as well. The vampire's wounds, even though they, especially for Master Sonna and Kellen, your vampires, they re-heal themselves. Master Sonna, you are pretty confident that your vampire is in exactly the same shape now as it was before you started to attack it. And Kellen, there's only a very small slice running down your vampire's face now. Same as well with the one that Lord Talfin that you set ablaze. You can see the wounds of that start to heal as well. Again, not fully healed, but really you've done very little damage to it. And the 2 vampires that were attacking Kellen and Master Sonna continue to do so. So, Master Sonna, your gentleman rakes at you with his claws first. He only manages to get 13 versus AC.
My AC is still 16.
Excellent. And so he rakes at you again with his claws, which I think is 19 versus AC. So he slices you for 8 slashing damage. Okay. Kellen, your vampire again slashes at you for 15 versus AC.
Miss.
And slices again for 12 versus AC. So both miss. Jean, your vampire, looks down at you. Your crumpled form on the floor. She smiles, and then she looks up at the person who's just attempted to set her on fire. And
that would be me.
Yes. And she ignores the seemingly dead musician at her feet, and instead she sprints across the room to attack Lord Talfrin.
No.
So Lord Talfrin, she actually hasn't reached you yet, because I think we had originally said it was about 40 foot across, but she is less than 10 foot away from you. So she's in fact, because she hasn't used her action, she's doubling her movement. So she actually she literally sprints across at you. So she's right in your face in melee range, but she doesn't have any actions left to attack you. But you're now in melee combat with this vampire who thinks she has just killed Jean Mallarmé. Master Sonna, it's your turn.
Okay, so I do not feel good right now, but I also feel burning hatred for these creatures of darkness kindle inside of me, and I look at this woman who has just apparently felled one of my comrades and is now attacking our only firecaster, and I will hurl at her a sunbolt.
Ooh.
That the Morninglord has granted me.
You can do that?
I can now.
I love the Morninglord.
I thought Sean was the Morninglord.
No, I'm just an actor.
Sean gives you the ability.
Yeah, that's a sunbolt in her face.
Okay, so don't forget now you are you're in combat at the moment you're in melee combat with this other vampire right now.
Okay, then in his face.
Okay. And
with a 13.
With a 13? 13 does not hit, I'm afraid. Sorry.
No!
It's in your face!
No, it's so anticlimactic, isn't it? That happened to me too.
Did you just roll a 13, or was there no modifier to add to that?
I
imagine you must have.
I didn't see a sunbolt modifier.
You are proficient with it, and you add your dexterity modifier. So add your dexterity modifier, and you're proficient with it, so you also get +2 as well as your dexterity modifier. So I think you basically get your normal. You get your anything you're proficient with, you get +2, and then you also get your dexterity modifier. So is that +5?
That's +6 actually.
All right, there we go. So
which would be 19.
You hit.
Yay!
You also add. You also add your dexterity modifier to your damage rolls as well. Just your dexterity, not the...
Okay, just the dex.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Then that's 4 + 4. It's 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
8, absolutely.
Yeah.
What type of damage is that, Master Sonna?
Hang on. I'll have to check the... It's,
painful and lasting.
It's a searing bolt of magical radiance.
So it's I believe it's radiant damage.
Yes.
Okay, which is like holy damage, basically.
Yay.
So where the sun, so it takes the sunbolt in its chest, and it screams, absolutely screams in pain. You can see it's like the biggest effect anything's had on it yet is this bolt of radiant energy. So cool.
Awesome. So let me do that again with my. Hang on, I've got a. Got this +1 chi point that I can use for another action.
Okay, go for it. I'm trusting you.
And I do exactly the same thing again.
Okay, go for it.
With a higher dice, maybe? Yes! So I've got 18 + 6.
Okay.
It's 24.
Yeah.
Which will hit, I hope.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I will, definitely.
And 5 radiant damage.
5 radiant damage. Again, screams and sort of cowers, sort of at the white lights that basically being zapped at it. So well done. Is that your turnover?
That's my turnover.
Okay.
That was a great turn.
Yeah. Kellen,
well done.
Kellen,
Yes.
Instill fear of the Morninglord.
Let's see more of that.
Yes, you will see more of that.
Less of the fake dying followed by real dying, more of the actual killing, yes.
Yes.
Crit Faced is a weekly Dungeons & Dragons podcast. To make sure you never miss an episode, and to get an exclusive prequel episode of the podcast where you can find out what our characters were up to before this adventure began, head over to critfacedpodcasts.com and join our Crit Faced fan group.